Hello, hockey, basketball, and soccer fans. My name is David. Thought I would start this video at 12:26 on the afternoon of Sunday, 5th of January, 2025, North American Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, there's no question that uh, that game that Canada's under-18 women's team played on Saturday Eastern Time against its Slovak counterpart was interesting during the first two periods. Thought, oh well, looks like it'll be like the World Junior, or under 20 men's team all over again. But unlike in that game against between the Canadian and Finnish under 20 men's teams, that the under 18 women might very well lose. That didn't happen, but again, the third period, that was crucial, with goals by Danica Maynard, Chloe Primerano, strikers Zablotsky and Kate Viel in that order. And that was it. 6-2 was the final score. Next up for the Canadian under 18 women's team, we see against its Swiss counterpart on this afternoon Eastern Time. So yeah, I'm going to do it as well. I also posted a bunch of videos about the Raptors and their G-League affiliate on Friday Eastern Time, about the a dominant win, about mixed bag win by the Raptors 905, but a narrow loss by the Raptors NBA team. The Raptors were out of action on Saturday Eastern Time, but the G-League affiliate was in action, ended up losing by a country mile. Really hoping for a bounce back. It's going to be a set of games on to be played by the Raptors G-League affiliate against its Portland, Maine counterpart, the Celtics, G-League affiliate of the Boston Celtics, this week on Friday and Saturday Eastern Time. At least the Raptors 5 team has the luxury of playing in the same building during its next set of consecutive games scheduled for consecutive calendar days Eastern Time. Leafs haven't always had that in this NBA NHL season. So it'll start in October, not great, with a 1-0 loss in regulation to the Habs and 4-2 win over the Devils during the week of 6th October Eastern Daylight Time. Later in the month, it was a mixed bag again, a win over the Bolts at home, but a loss to the Blue Jackets on the road, 5-2, 6-2, respective scores. I mean, okay, it's early in the season. November, thinking, here we go again, a 4-2 loss to the Blues, and 2-1 OT loss to the Minnesota Wild. Are these ever going to get standings points consecutive games? Well, in consecutive games of those, of those sets, well, Leafs would end up doing so in November with wins at home over the Wings and Habs, 3-1 and 4-1. But again, later in the month, a loss to the Sens at home and a win in overtime over the Caps. And that was it for December. Last month, the Leafs struggled in such games. Indeed, they ended up losing the first two sets. Lost to the Caps at home, 3-1. Losing to the Penguins, 5-2 on the road. And then during the second weekend of December, a loss to the Wings at home on the road, and a win over the Sabres at home. And then away from home, a 6-3 win over the Sabres, 6-3 loss to the Isles. And then during the final full week of December Eastern Time, a win over the Wings on the road, and then a loss to the Caps at home. So now go to January. And the only set of games scheduled for consecutive calendar days Eastern Time, a 6-4 win over the Bruins at home. Good news is that the upcoming game the Leafs have against the Flyers will also be at home. Will the Leafs win that game? Guess we'll have to wait and see. Of course, it's preferable for the Leafs for those sets to be at home, but doesn't always happen that way. So after the four nations face off, the Leafs have a set of games scheduled for the final weekend of February. So at home to the Canes, and then away against the Blackhawks. I don't like how that game's gonna. I don't like how that pairing of games gonna go. And then we go into March. Away to the Pens and at home to the Sharks. Start out the first full week of that month. Then during the week of the 16th of March Eastern Daylight Time, on the relevant Wednesday and Thursday. And to end the month against the Kings and Ducks over in Southern California. So maybe that'll be a little bit easier because it won't involve having to fly. Just take the bus from in and around the Staples Center, or was Staples Center, now Crypto.com Arena, over to the Honda Center, once known as the Arrowhead Pond. And then in April, in terms of games scheduled for consecutive calendar days Eastern Time, just going to do that. Just going to upload that there. So yes, there are 2 sets of games left that are scheduled for consecutive calendar days Eastern Time. So during the week of the 6th, it'll be in Florida. The first one against the Panthers, and then the next one against the Bolts. And then during the second weekend of April, at home to the Habs and away to the Canes. Do I like it that there are so many games? Consecutive calendar days Eastern Time? Well, I'm neutral. But these Leafs need to at some point get used to that, because the record has been a rather mixed bag. And so let's go to see. Yeah, here. So, record Leafs have in games scheduled for consecutive calendar days Eastern Time is a not great 10-9-2-0 on wins and regulation OT and shootout losses. With a record of 2-2-0-0 in October in regular season play, November 4-2-2-0, in December 3-5-0-0, and this month so far just the one win. But there's another game coming up. I'm hoping the Leafs will win. Make the fans at Scotiabank Arena proud to watch the team, and hopefully the players on the team and Leafs will dig deep and find a way to grind out a win. Or if not, extend that game into overtime and get standings points in such a set of games. That is what I'm hoping will happen. Because in December, the Leafs, at best, only put up standings points in either of any such set of games. So, didn't put up any during that first set. Well, they lost both in regulation. And then it was during the second weekend, lost the first, but won the second. Then 20th and 21st, and then the last 2 sets, Leafs won the first of the set of games, first in each of those sets, but lost the others in regulation. Yeah. So, Leaf fans and followers, do you like the Leafs' chances of beating the Flyers on this Sunday Eastern Time? I'd like to believe the Leafs will do that, but it's hard to know if that'll happen. Anyway, if you like this content, please consider liking and subscribing for more hockey, basketball, and to a lesser degree, soccer content. It's important to keep in mind that the Major League Soccer's deal with Apple TV means, with my uncertainty how well Apple TV works, not getting to watch very many of those games. Major League Soccer, even though I do like to cheer for Toronto FC. Maybe I get the odd game every now and again, but at least during much of the MLS season, there were Canadian NHL, PWHL, NBA, NBA G-League teams in action. I mean, at least from February to February to mid-April or so. So I'm gonna wrap this up, and yeah, gonna cheer for Canada's under-18 women's team, hoping it'll go for gold. It'll get to the gold medal game, and I'm gonna wrap it up, and hope everyone enjoys what remains of the first full weekend of January 2025.